living in darkness, look for the light, cause our fire is burning and they're helping you fight. It's the fire keepers, the fire keepers, fire keepers, fire keepers, fire keepers. Recovery, Bumpin' BG, talk recovery. Fire keepers, fire. Welcome to Firekeeper Recovery, the community podcast. I'm Brant Grant.
Rob Martens.
John Cameron.
Yeah, now today we're going to talk a little community memories, some good childhood memories, and since the fire's coming up, some fire memories, and maybe even some other fall memories that we have. So
that's not fair. That's not fair.
That's not fair. Before we get started, I just want to check in how you've been doing this week or the past since our top 10 last.
Yeah, I've been doing really well. Things are going good. It's fall time, fair time, which means it's stickball time, and I can't play this year, so that's my knee's still recovering kind of from ACL surgery, so I'll be out there, but as a driver or something, you know. But yeah, it's watching my team get ready is making it, you know, it's bittersweet, you know, because you want to play, but you know,
you don't want to hurt them either.
Yeah, man. I gotta wait till my knee's fully healed. You know, it's pushing it to play next week, and I'm excited about the other team coming from Oklahoma. You know, like so that's a big deal. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, everything's good though. Things are going good at work. Still trying to climb that corporate ladder at the hospital, and it's going really well. And I'm starting to see a lot of other people move up too. You know, a lot of people getting their peer support certificates and stuff, and you know, so I'm good.
Awesome. I've been doing good, bro. I've been traveling back and forth to St. Louis, working with Wolf Productions out there, bro. And it's been an amazing opportunity, and it's unfolding and unfolding. So, you know, other than that, been staying here helping my brother, family things, you know. So, always tied in with family. So, you know,
all them damn kids too. And
God, you ain't kidding, right? Yeah, y'all looking for babysitting jobs?
Yeah, man, that sounds good. I'm glad everybody's doing good. Myself, I'm still kicking, doing good. Been doing more of these podcasts lately, so that's been part of my self-care is this, just like sharing and talking. It really helps me too, a lot more.
Right.
So yeah, it's just a good way to keep my balance. Yeah, I'm glad it sounds like we're all finding that balance.
Yeah, big time.
Moving on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the community podcast, and we're gonna share memories, some good times, some positive. Just reminisce, but it's not about saying things aren't great now or whatever, because things are in their own ways. It's just to compare them against time of maybe this is why the drugs and the mental health of Cherokee is maybe down now, because the community is as tight as it maybe was in the 80s and 90s.
You're right.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I like to ask is, what do you miss about the Cherokee you grew up with?
You know, I think you mentioned it right away. It's like the togetherness. You know, it's not what it used to be. I think I remember we talked about this one time before. I think it has a lot to do with technology, like cell phones and tablets and computers and the internet. You know, but I think it's trying to get back to that. You know, I think a lot of it is we got disconnected from it as a people who were addicted type community, like we detached ourselves. You know, but I do see it like trying to come back. I'm starting to see more like council members and or people in high level positions, like changing the stigma of people in recovery. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel more connected to the community than I've ever been before. You know, like when we were young, we were all in school together, so, you know, it was like we were all, you know, a big group of people, you know what I mean? Like, you know, different grade levels, different classes of people, different skin color.
A little lighter than some.
No, but we all came up together, you know, and I definitely miss that, you know, like when my grandma was alive, like my whole family was like getting together, you know, and that for me is like a big part of it. It's like just in my family, you know, we don't get together like we used to, like my immediate family does, you know, my brother and my sister and my mom, and we're all still together. But as far as like all my cousins and stuff, you know, like we don't kick it like we used to, you know.
I mean, the only time nowadays people get together is for funerals and stuff like that. You know, I mean, it needs to be more than that, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I've been saying with my family. You know, we used to be at Granny's every Thanksgiving playing turkey bowl in the front yard and stuff, dude. You know, I mean, now it's just, you know, when my mom died, you know, and I'm like, dude, you know, we don't need to be doing this, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're tighter than this. Granny and Grandpa raised us better than this, you know. So.
Yeah, that's the reason it's hard to gather, is because in my ditch, I know I gathered with my buddies and with my uncles, and I tried to bring people together to have a safe place and to have a good time. It was hopefully to have a good time, but so now I still think of gatherings as that. Why? I don't know why do I feel like I want to get drunk or whatever, just to have a gathering of friends.
Yeah.
So you'd rather not have it. So you don't be tempted still. Yeah, it's a mind game, I guess you gotta play yourself. Like, we are just chilling now. We're not drinking or having to be altered, we're just here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, all right, seeing it can be done and putting it into action.
Yeah. I'm at a point, definitely in my recovery, where I don't think of a gathering at all as like a party, you know. Well, yeah, it's a party, but it's sober, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when I think about getting together, I'm like, yo, what are we going to eat? You know? First off, what are we going to eat? You know, who's cooking? You know,
what's his friend looking like?
So what kind of sodas are you going to have? But I'm at a really good place though, where I can go to different events. Like my buddy Chase Sneed just had like a what is it called? Stock the Bar, which sounds like something you should not go to if you're in recovery. But I have no problem going to functions, you know. He was like, all his friends came to a cookout and were like donating bottles of liquor for his wedding, which is coming up. So it was like a you know, and
have an open bar.
Yeah, and like I'm at, you know, he was like, Rob's coming, so I got some Capri Suns, you know what I mean? And sippy cups, you know what I mean? Like, you know, they give me a hard time about it, but I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm coming, you know, because I'm at a safe, I know where I can go, where I can't. Now, you won't catch me at the bar, you know what I mean? Like, I don't go to the bar, you know what I mean? Like, I go to the casino, like to go bowling or something, but you won't catch me at the bar, you know what I mean? But like, different things like that. Like I go to my buddy Jesse's house and watch fights sometimes, and they'll be drinking, you know what I mean, and that's not an issue for me at all. But I definitely wouldn't have done that in the beginning, you know what I mean? You know, but I'm at a safe place where I can do things like that, you know, now, and I'm grateful for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, speaking of like them dinners, them family dinners, so like other gathering places that I'm kind of missing Cherokee was like these Friday and Saturday nights, like the Wild Wheel and Dairy Queen.
Then
like
Visitor Center. Yeah, picking music.
Yeah, just people hanging out. And then locals, and then the tourists intermingling. It's just like a fun time.
The fun part.
That's just what I think is missing. Just them things on a Saturday night. So if you drive through Cherokee after 7 o'clock on a Saturday night, what's open?
Nothing. You know, I think a lot of that happened during COVID, you know, because things would still have been open, you know, but after COVID, man, things changed, man, you know, like
the new normal.
Yeah, man, people don't want to work, you know what I mean, and businesses are like hiring, like, you know, like they don't have enough staff to stay open. It's definitely, I've noticed that big time, because all summer, me and my kids and my girl, we spent a lot of time like in Pigeon Forge, or we'd be over in Maggie Valley, and something would be going on big time on both of those places, you know what I mean? Then you come back to Cherokee, like you said, 8:30, man, Saturday night, ghost town, man.
Casino.
Like I said, I really don't want to go to the casino.
I mean, I go down there to watch the games and stuff. sports and
banned
stuff,
myself from gambling. You know what I mean? For a while now. Yeah, I've been good, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. Me and Joe, we was getting where we was gambling.
We was getting bad at bowling.
We were gambling at bowling, man. That's fun, man. I miss those groups, man. We haven't done that in a while. We've been talking about trying to get it started back up.
We need to, dude. That was going somewhere. Just we thought about it. Yeah, I'm down to get that back going. And
as far as the fair goes, though, man, it's definitely changed, man. The vibe. I think a lot of it is the location, right? You know what I mean? That definitely doesn't feel like the fair.
No.
Last year at the casino, I was not a fan of it. Is the pavement, you know, it was high. I don't know, just the way it was set up. It just didn't feel like the fall festival that we know, that everybody knows. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think the location is key. You know what I mean? Like, because when you think of the fair, it's like that's where it's at. That's the fairgrounds.
Yeah, we know exactly where to go.
Yeah. I remember. I liked the old one. You know, with the rock stadium. You know what I mean?
The old baseball field.
Yeah, had the backstop. You know what I mean? And
everybody snuck off to go kiss.
Yeah, you come see John Kane come sneaking out.
There would be fights back there behind the backstop, you know what I mean? It was good times, man. Fireworks were there, you know what I mean, at the place, you know. I'm interested to see how it's going to seem this year at the high school, you know. Yeah. I think it'll be a little bit. It's definitely going to have more of a fall festival vibe than the casino.
Exactly.
You know, at least it'll be where we went to school.
They bring the pageants back to the fair too. So
are they going to be there?
Yeah,
that has to happen because all the different locations, that takes away from it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that was when the fair would be packed. You go there at 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Yeah. Be everybody watching.
Get your fried bed and seat.
Yeah. My mom would always my mom would be posted up there because she likes to watch all the pageants. You know what I mean? And
then once they didn't have them, then people didn't come.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't no fun. Right? Pretty Legs was fun.
Yeah. Pretty Legs is all, I mean, you know, are they doing that again?
Yeah.
They are? I hope that's going to be good.
That's what I always say. It's like people come to Cherokee, but our biggest natural resource is our people.
Yeah.
So that's why I think the fair was so great back in the day, because it was more about you go there because you knew the people performing.
Yeah.
The bands, or if they were clogging, if there was power.
Yeah.
You knew who was dancing.
Yeah.
So now when they bring in bands or just people from out of town or whatever, you're like, oh, I don't have a connection.
Yeah.
So
they grow up on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, it's not saying it's bad. It's just different. So hopefully we'll see the way
even the rides were better.
The graphics were better.
The scat, the roundup. Dang.
Every ride there was designed to make you throw up. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't do it no more, man. Like, once you grow up, like, and becoming like an adult, you know. Those rides aren't fun anymore, man.
So childish.
Yeah, man. I mean, I love for my kids to go, and I like to see them have a good time. You know what I mean? But I'm like, they were like, "Come on, let's ride," and I'll be like,
I can't speak for that, but when I was at Carowinds, son, I was on them rides screaming like a little schoolgirl.
See, but those aren't going in circles. You know, those are those are fun.
Some of them are like,
I almost threw up on a couple of them rides at Carowinds. You know what I mean? When I went a couple years ago, man. But we had like a fast pass, so we were like, we just was like, boom, 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 like rode every ride so fast that by the time we got to like the 6th one, man, I was like, oh, I'm not feeling so well. You know?
I'm not young.
Yeah, man. I like roller coasters, but I'm talking about fair rides or just like in circles, all of them. You know what I mean? Like fast too, man. That make me sick,
Yank and bang.
Yeah, man. But it's all about my, kids now. You know what I mean? Like, it was fun when we were kids, when we were young adults or teenagers going to the fair. It would seem, I don't know, like, they say it's like a different time now, and we have to be scared of this and be scared of that. And I think we had to be scared of it back then, too. Just news didn't travel as fast. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, you ain't got that, what you got in your pocket.
Yeah, like the phone, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's what makes it I don't know if it's a different time or what, but it's definitely, you know, I'll keep a closer eye on my kids than what had to be kept on us. You know what I mean? If, you know.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
They just let us off at the family.
Oh yeah, I didn't even let it get let off. Just walk
Be
from
right
school.
here at 9.
We just walked from school. You know what I mean? Like that's how we were going to the fair after school and staying off. And it would get all we would do is walk around. You know what I mean? And that was, but it made you feel like
Somebody
free. You know, and cool. Like you know, like I was like that was a big. I like that. You know, my son Chaz is old enough now. He gets to walk around with his friends. You know what I mean? Like unsupervised, and I know it makes him feel cool. You know.
Oh yeah. That's what Sean's getting into. You know, he's becoming his own little fella, and you know, keep an eye on his friends because you know, I mean, I looked at mine, and but you know, I mean, they wasn't that bad, but still, you know, you got to watch who your kids hang out with. So,
That's I feel I do that same thing with Chaz's friends. You know what I mean? They seem like good boys. You know what I mean? Like they're all pretty cool, and I know all their parents. You know, you know. I was, you know, probably before it would have been like, oh, that's Chaz, his dad's Rob Martens. But now it's like, it's totally changed, you know, now it's like, okay, he's a good kid. Chaz is a good kid, man. He's actually really responsible. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
I bet that's what Warden just seemed to change as they...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, I really, you know, I want him to grow up to be a good, solid guy, you know what I mean? Like, it does definitely make me proud to see that, you know?
That's what I told Sean, you know, I was like, look, son, I laid out the blueprint of what not to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, I ain't proud of it, but son, I mean, just, you know.
Learn from it.
Exactly. I don't want you in my shoes, you know, make your own path.
Yeah.
You know? So, he's really blossomed to a good dude, you know, he's wrestling this year, so I'll be screaming Slaying Room Devils this year.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Oh, man.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, yeah. I might as well get out of here.
Chaz is playing soccer for the Braves, which is pretty cool, you know what I mean? I'm pretty proud of that.
Right. But that's always been in y'all's family, though, soccer.
Yeah,
right? That's awesome.
Well, he played once when he was a little kid, and he didn't really enjoy it much, so I was happy when he told me he wanted to play soccer. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you first moved back, that's all you wanted to do was play soccer.
Man,
He's like, get out of here, geek.
Yeah. I love soccer, man. We played one time in Lifetime Sports. You know what I mean?
1 week in school.
Yeah, me and Preston Bark, we was killing it. Preston was on the other team, and he was doing really good, you know what I mean? And I was like, wow, man, you should play soccer. And he was like, fuck that. You know what I mean? I'm playing soccer. You know? But we didn't have a soccer team, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There was
That's why I'm glad. That's one of the changes in Cherokee that I am very proud of is the high school and the school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
all the
man.
opportunities they have.
Yeah.
Because, man, I would love to, I would have probably been in a play. I'd been up here.
But you know what? That's even a program that's all the programs are stepping their game up. You know what I mean? I've been to a couple of productions up there at the school.
Yeah.
You know, and they were really like professional, man. Like they were good. You know, we got some talented kids, you know, some talented youth. You know, just the school in general. It doesn't even, you know, even just the school is amazing. You know,
I mean, it opens up ideas for kids, you know what I mean? I mean, it's something to look into.
Yeah, Chaz is a freshman. He's in his first class is broadcast journalism. You know what I mean? And he's like, they like do morning announcements on, you know, the cool stuff. Yeah. I would have been in that class too. You know what I mean? I would have been all up on. I want to be on TV. You know what I mean?
We've been to school.
As you can tell. We used to interview each other anyway. I remember me and Bear Allison was going around interviewing people, and we called it WD-40 News. Man, it was fun, man. It was fun. It started when we was going on basketball trips, man. He had a video camera, and I was like, you know, always trying to, you know, be on camera. So I was like, yo, I'll interview people and you film it. He was like, good idea. And we did, and it was funny. And I would just like ask him like crazy questions, you know, like it was definitely just for our age group, you know, because it was messed up questions, you know what I mean? Oh man, it would be fun, you know what I mean? Like, but that's what Chaz wants to do. Is he wants to be like a filmmaker and stuff, you know. So I'm all for anything like that, you know. Like any creativeness, you know, is cool.
And there's you can actually see that it's possible. Like, I was like Reds Dogs being a hit.
Oh
That there's more avenues for natives.
Yeah.
Because when I was doing it, I was like thinking, I could never do that.
Yeah.
But if I would have started, I'm the same age as
And you're
you're
creative enough to definitely, but you still can. You know what I mean? Like for real.
Like I just took a 20-year
sabbatical.
Vacation. You know,
drug.
I was on vacation.
I wandered off for a little bit.
I needed to get some stories.
Some life experience. You know.
I was collecting data.
Or else I would have just been talking about. I don't know what I've been talking about. Probably growing up on the side of a mountain.
Right. Life on the res. On this res, anyways.
Yeah, but that's why I like that Res Dog show. It's the first one where it's not everybody's drunk and there's alcohol or addiction. It's about just the kids just dealing. It is a suicide that's pushing the thing. But that is real too.
Yeah. It's real stuff. You know what I mean? And every tribe or reserve or boundary or reservation can relate to it. You know what I mean? Which is really cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you go any reservation, man, it's the same sense of humor, you know, and I think that's one of the Cherokee core values, is sense of humor. It's the first one they talk about, you know, and I think it's like that amongst any tribe or any indigenous people, is that sense of humor. Like, we knew to laugh, you know what I mean? Like, if we're not making fun of you, then we don't like you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if we're not cutting up with each other, then you know, like if me and you was like real close, we're over here laughing, then Brant comes and we're like, what's up, Brant?
Comes over,
you know, you're not gonna pick on somebody if you're not like friends, you know, like people, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna laugh together. You know, there's a difference between like just putting somebody down, you know, like that's not cool. I get that, but you know, we're gonna chop each other down a little bit, you know, for fun. You know what I mean? Like in a
missed you.
Yeah, man, in a fun way, you know.
Yeah, man. I love all this positive things that are happening, even in these negative times.
Man, you can see recovery happening, dude. I mean, you can see it happening.
Yeah, it is great just seeing the res is healing. That's what I keep telling people. You might. Because if you just look on like Facebook or talk to somebody at the store, like, oh, the world's falling around us. Oh, everything's so bad, they ain't doing this. Look at that guy, that council member did that. But it's like, just chill, man. Take a breath. Are we alive? Are we down? Pushing forward still?
Well, if they ain't, I am.
Just give a little hope. Spread some hope and not all the other stuff. Dope.
No, man. You got to keep moving, man. Got to keep moving.
Can't nobody hope.
Got a new chief. I think that's gonna, you know, I think I'm pretty excited about that. You know, I voted for Michelle. That's right, you know. It was a domination, man. You know what I mean? How about all the people came out to vote because of the marijuana thing, right? That's pretty interesting, right? Everybody came out to vote, man.
See, when you have an issue people care about. And I think they was wanting a new chief. They was like, oh, we got to make sure that $60
That's two birds with one stone,
Make sure that $60 million on the marijuana, it don't go to waste.
I'm excited to see where all that goes. I don't even smoke weed, and I voted. You know, that's the thing. I can't. Me and Aaliyah went to eat lunch that day, the election day at BJ's, and there was a guy there from Charlotte, from a Charlotte news station, interviewing people that voted. You know, and he asked us. He was like, "Did you guys vote in today's election?" And we were like, "Yeah." You know, and he was like, "Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions about the marijuana thing?" And we were like, "No." And then, so I, you know, was like, I'm actually a certified alcohol and drug counselor, and I voted for it to pass. You know what I mean? And he was like, really? You know, I guess, you know, he did a good job interviewing. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm not going to smoke pot. I don't smoke pot, you know, but I see the benefits that, you know, I think it could be beneficial. You know, I hope that it's going to be beneficial, you know.
I think it will be to the people that want it to be.
But I honestly think it's going to put, I mean, it ain't going to put an end to, you know, the other drugs, but I think it'll put a dent and stuff.
Yeah,
you know
I hope so, man. I really do hope so, you know. Like, I think there's a big difference between smoking to get high, you know, and some people will really use it, like, for medicine, you know what I mean, and that's cool, too, you know what I mean? But a lot of people don't have drug problems, you know what I mean, that they could legally smoke pot, and you know, they'll be those people should be happy that they got my vote. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to be one of those people. Yeah, I'm like, yo, man, if you're one of those SOBs, then good for you, man. Because I wish I could be. You know what I mean? But I can't. I can't get high. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work for me, man. And I've been there and tried that. Back in the day, before I got actually clean. This time, like I moved to Florida, and I was like. Was working construction. I stopped doing drugs. I was just drinking beer and smoking pot, and then that went great for some months, and then I was just right back at it. You know what I mean? Just
needed a better high.
Yeah. So I know better for me. But each person's path is different, and I can respect that. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing about recovery is you got to keep an open mind. Like
that's it, man.
Your path doesn't mean that the way I did it doesn't mean that's the way you have to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, the open mind is important. Because that was probably why I wasn't successful earlier.
Yeah.
My first couple tries. Because I did think, I ain't going to work. So I wouldn't even try.
The line.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go to some boxing clinic at first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't want to do that. I had the whole thing. That's just replacing.
Yeah.
But then I couldn't quit.
Yeah.
So maybe I should try it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is think about addiction is a deadly disease. It's a terminal disease, right? So if you had cancer, you would seek treatment for that disease. You know what I mean? So just, people that have suffering from addiction need to seek treatment. You know what I mean? And MAT, Suboxone, and Methadone, that's treatment for that disease,
And my argument for people, if they ever question me, like, you're just replacing the drug, it's a crutch.
Yeah.
And I say, you're right, it is a crutch.
Yeah.
Because I was broken.
Yeah.
I needed to learn how to walk.
You know what I mean?
And Suboxone helped me learn how to walk.
Yeah.
And now 5 years later, I've tapered off and I'm off of it.
Yo, that's cool. Yeah, that's impressive. Not a lot of people do that, man.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
I have this thing with Big Pharma.
Oh,
So, I had to use them for a little while.
Yeah.
But now that I'm right, I don't need it now. I don't need to keep giving them money.
There you go.
Yeah. It's Suboxone made by the same people who made Oxycontin.
Exactly, brother.
Man, you're right about that, man.
So here, get addicted now.
I'm good.
Now we're gonna cure you. When then it's not a cure.
It's a magic pill, for a lot of people. Or medicine.
Yeah.
I've seen it do a lot of good for a lot of people. I see a lot of people abuse it too, but you know what? That's going to happen no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, so I just see the benefits of it. You know what I mean? I see that the negative side of it too, but you know what, man? Those people got, hopefully they learn. You know what I mean? That's all you can do is just hope and pray.
Even if you're on a medicine, to overcome your addiction, you still have to do the mental work.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
That's what I always tell people. The Suboxone gave me time to do that finally. Whereas I would have 2 days to try to work through that before I couldn't deal with my withdrawal.
Yeah, man. 2 days is nothing, ain't it?
There's once I had a month.
Yeah.
And then I was able to start going through and finally healing.
Yeah.
The process.
Stuff that you didn't even think. Because I didn't know I was in depression for all them times. I didn't know I was depressed over Eddie B.
Right. Jay Creator.
Yeah.
And I didn't know because I started drinking and then I started doing pills just because I was wanting to numb what I didn't know I was feeling.
Right.
And it took now, I'm starting to realize it, so now I was able to deal with this stuff finally. And I think that's one of my biggest things is I think I'd probably be a good grief counselor.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right.
That's important. That's needed too, man. Any kind of counseling work is needed, man. There's such specific fields of counseling, you know what I mean, that are important,
Because it's weird, man. I had overdoses, I got suicides, cousins, and all these people just right around me.
Yeah.
And I've had to learn how to deal with that kind of death over this one. Because when my grandma died, it's grandma died.
Yeah.
She was getting old.
Yeah.
Then people your same age, man, what was so bad?
Yeah.
Suicide I died.
Yeah.
So then you put yourself in them shoes, but then you can't play the what if game and all that stuff. So where I'm at now is grief is love. And so
something good can come from it. You know what I mean? I see that. You know.
Well, I heard it say grief don't have to be sad either. You know what I mean? Learn to deal with it in your own way. Whether it's laughter or whatever.
And one thing I hear too is credit. It's saying, I'm not an excuse.
Right.
I'm not an excuse for you to go back.
Yeah.
So quit being a bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, he would say that exactly like that.
You hear it?
Yes, yeah.
Man, I miss them
So
guys.
that's why they're my fuel and not my anchor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
push me.
yeah,
Drive
same. I think about a lot as like they weren't even getting high that long, and it took them out. And here I was, 20 years junkie. You know what I mean?
Bad.
Yeah, you know, way worse than they even got. They didn't even get to that level of bottom yet, and it took them out. And I think about that all the time. My cousin Stevie, he's on that list. Jake, Critter, you know, Randy Ucomer, Billy. You know what I mean? I think about all them guys. You know what I mean? And how, you know, it took them so fast. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I gotta do better. You know what I mean? Like I gotta, you know. That's a big, like you said, it's fuel. It's not a anchor weighing me down either.
And somebody's got to live to tell the tale, right?
Yeah, man. I got so many stories about them guys, man. You know what I mean? We got some great stories, man. Some sad ones, some happy ones, some mad ones, some outrageous ones.
Some friend split ones.
Man, we've been through it all. You know what I mean? Like, man, and just gone too soon. You know what I mean? Just gone too soon. But you know, life is short, man. It really is. You know, and so I spent so much time making a mess of it. You know, we gotta make, you know, some good of what we got left. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, heck, man. I think we shared a lot of good memories here today.
Oh, yeah.
You just got anything else? You just want to share?
You know, this about the fair, okay? This is what I've come to learn as a grown man.
He's been thinking about this.
You know, people, you know, there's only one thing that brings everybody out, and that's stickball. You know, you think about that.
I thought you were going to say fry bread.
Well, not even fry bread. Think about it, because if Nikki's posts up, I mean, they're going to get a lot of business, but everybody on the res is going to come to watch stickball.
Especially this year with the Western Turkey coming.
Yeah, man, stickball is the thing. Think about the powwow, right? Lots of people go to the powwow. It's a great thing. I love going to the powwow, but not everybody goes to the powwow. You know, the fair, just the actual fair with the rides and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, lots of people go, but everybody will be at the stickball games. You know what I mean? Like anytime there's a stickball event, you know, even in the summertime, like exhibition, something going, Gadua Day or Big Cove Day or Birdtown Day, whatever, everybody goes to watch stickball. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big, that's getting way bigger than back in the day when it was your dad and them playing. You know what I mean? Like for a long time, it was just a wolf town. Only it was the team. You know what I mean? And now, like, it's getting bigger. You know what I mean?
That first Big Cove came back.
Yeah.
And Hamilton came back.
Yeah.
Birdtown's coming back.
Yeah, Birdtown's getting bigger and bigger each year.
Snowbird.
Snowbird's talking about making a team now. We got the Western band people coming out, you know, which is cool because they've been playing Choctaw style all this, you know. And then JP Johnson, he was like, you know what, man, we're Cherokee. Like, we should be playing Cherokee stickball, you know, which is cool, you know. I hope that they're ready, you know what I mean? But, you know, they know what they're getting into. They know about stickball, right? Like, it was Hummingbirds. We went out there last year to play with them and stuff, and they got some athletes and stuff, but I made some good friends with a couple of them guys out there, and I'm worried about. I hope they're gonna be okay, you know, because this October is different than any other, you know, like that. It's a totally different monster, man. Yeah, man. In October, it's a war. You know what I mean? It's like going to war is in October. You know what I mean? Like, and I love it, man. Like
year bragging rights.
Yeah. I couldn't wait to play stickball when I got clean and sober. That was the first big. I was like, yo, I want to play stickball. Like I'm living right, you know. Like now I can play, and I've just been head over heels, full all in it since I got clean and sober.
And I'm glad that you respected it.
Yeah.
Because you see people that don't, and you see what happens on the field, they usually get hurt, they get busted.
Oh, yeah.
They're not treated the best.
Yeah, you got to live right, man. And because that's what, you know, what Tosh has really talked a lot to me about is that it's not a game at all. It's an actual ceremony. You know, playing ball is a ceremony, you know, and it's, it's to be respected like that, you know, and that's cool. You know?
Yeah. Well, Grandpa always said if you done medicine, it's a ceremony.
Yeah.
I mean, most ceremonies take medicine.
Yeah, and it's like your team too is like family, you know. I mean, I hope that's what your team like. That's what my team is like. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's like a family for real. You know what I mean? Like everybody really looks out for each other. You know, we like get together and have cookouts, and if somebody needs something, you know, boom, everybody's like, hey man, I got you. You know.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember. All my dad's buddies.
Yeah.
I was just too weak. I wasn't that.
Yeah. It ain't for everybody, is it? You know what I mean?
Well,
you know,
I guess if my dad wasn't Martens Grant, maybe
that's big shoes to fill, man. And he would have just been dogging you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like for real.
Deion
you know?
Sanders and his kid.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He would have been all on you, you know, trying to teach you right. You know, makes you tough. That's what always like for with the Hummingbirds, man. Like if you come out there and it's your first time. Yo, man, like everybody, all the biggest guys are going to grab hold of you and slam you and choke you and try to, you know, to see and make sure make sure that you know what you're getting into and that you got heart. It's real, you know, I thought I was going to die at the beginning, you know what I mean? Like I did. I was like, okay. In my mind, while I was getting choked out by T-Dub at my first practice, I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to play stickball. You know what I mean? Like I remember thinking, I am about to die right now. Like, and my oxygen was only cut off for like 14 seconds, you know, but it was like, I thought I was going to die. I was like, this is it. This is how I'm going to die. But you know what? I just got up and I was like, you know what? I'm not. I don't care, man. I want to be out there in October playing ball because I've watched this for so long and I always thought like, man, like those guys are tough, you know, and I would see like smaller guys, you know, playing the different positions, you know what I mean, and I was just like, oh man, look, if that guy can play, I should be able to play, you know, like, you know, and I always told myself if I get right, like if I get my life together, I'm going to be on a ball team, you know, and now, you know, it's, you know, I've been playing for a few years now and I love it, man.
That's one of those goals.
Yeah, big time, for real. That was a big, like, cultural goal, you know, like, be a member at the Stomp Ground, you know, and then playing Indian ball, you know what I mean, street learning, Cherokee, you know, just anything I can do culturally is a big part of my recovery, you know, and that's that's where, like, a lot of recovery lessons can help just everyday people in their lives too. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the lessons we've learned the hard way, like they can really help normal, successful people out too. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to find to relate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I hope this does.
I think it does do that.
It's in our recovery, but I think it'll help just people in the community.
Yeah, for sure.
Who don't know they're in a depression or who still blames everything on everybody else.
Yeah.
Still angry.
It feels good to try to, though, but, you know, when you get where you need to be, you start handling things on your own. So it feels good to do that, you know. Yeah. You don't need drugs to do it. So.
No, man. That's the goal. Like, this is what I work with a lot of the guys I work with. This is the new thing I'm on now. It's like, the goal is not to stop doing drugs and drinking. The goal is to have peace. So you don't have to use.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's deeper than the drugs and alcohol are a small part of our problem. You know what I mean? Like we have like a character problem, you know, and that's like that's what I've been getting into the past few months is like teaching and trying to spread that, you know, like Tohi, you know, like peace.
Yeah, that helped me once I realized that the addiction was the symptom.
Yeah.
That wasn't who I was. It was all right now, but that's when the work begins too. Now I got to figure out why I was drinking, why I was doing it.
Time to start digging deep.
And that's when it can get hard and scary.
That's when you want to close that box of worms.
Do I really want to know? No, man, you got to
just wait and I can deal with this tomorrow.
Yeah,
we've dealt with a lot today. Yeah. So that's that patient part.
Yeah.
You don't have to heal everything all at once.
Man,
don't worry about that in the beginning.
Patience.
Yeah, man, because we instant gratification, you know, being a drug addict is instant gratification. Patience is a tough one, man.
Bad.
Yeah, thank you for being here, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
That's a good way to end it, patience.
Yeah.
Be patient. So be patient with us on the community podcast. Maybe we'll be back next week or maybe it'll be another month.
Running on Indian time.
But hopefully, I just thank these guys for sharing, man. It's great to hear the stories, the memories, and to just hang out again.
Yeah. You guys are my bros. You know, we've been friends for over 20 years. And I also just wanted to point out, like, I know you guys are watching at home and you can't smell, but Brant smells amazing.
Wonderful.
He smells so good right now. He's got on some cologne that smells freaking amazing, man. Yeah.
Got to cover up that Yeah, so for Firekeeper Recovery, I've been Brant Grant.
Rob Martens.
John Cameron.
Yeah.
And as always, we'll leave the light on for you.
Nice. That's
Eastern Bay, Cherokee, Firekeeper, Recovery. We them firekeepers, the firekeepers, the firekeepers, the firekeepers. Yeah, coming to you live from the mountains of smoke. Firekeeper Recovery, bringing you hope. If you're living in darkness, look for the light, cause a fire is burning and they're helping you fight. It's the firekeepers, the firekeepers, 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 recovery. Bumpin' BG, talk recovery.